So I thought I'd just do a quick video. It's been 3 weeks, and I just now got 799 back. So basically, what was wrong was on the top of the transmission. There's a little speed sensor in there. It's actually what's wrong with my Bus 23. Um, but my Bus 23's got a manual transmission, so I'm the one who controls the shifting. But where 799 has a computerized uh, automatic transmission, basically that sensor controlled how the bus shifted, when it shifted, and all that stuff. So it just kind of confused all of the computers and made the bus not want to shift, not want to accelerate right, and kind of messed everything up. We're actually in 756 right now. This is the first of 4 spares that I had. 3 of them are parked out here. I'll just talk about the last one. But I went from 756 to 715 to 721 to 723 and then back to 721. So basically, this one I had for about a week, the first week of it, and then the heat didn't work that well. I mean, it blew, but it blew cold, and I played with the valves. So I guess one of the valves went bad. Either that or I just wasn't finding one. Because I had I think they said 5, and I knew where at least 2 or 3 of them were. So that's probably what the issue was. But I went ahead and just gave it to them to look at anyways, because plus I kind of wanted a Mercedes. I got tired of looking at this one for reasons I'm not going to go into. I really like this bus, but I just wanted to drive something else. Anyways, this is 756. They ended up giving it to somebody else after me. So I guess they fixed the heat, but we'll go on to 715. There's something down there. It's kind of cool. So here we got 715, 2009 Thomas C2 with a Mercedes. I drove this one for about a week, and then it just totally crapped out on me. Check engine light came on. It lost a lot of power, and it didn't really want to shift quite right either. But this one's soon to be sold. So actually right beside it, you can see the decommissioned C2. That's 713, a sister to this one. This bus has 189,000 miles on it, which is a lot for one of our buses. But I really like this one. Had a lot of power, and I will say this thing warms up in the cold quite well because of a little switch over here. It says engine heat. So zoom in. Engine heat. And also I like the engine brake switch where it's more like a paddle instead of a rocker switch like these, like the newer engine brakes are. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. Built in October of 2007, and I'll get into that here in a minute because of the next spare, but I'll do a separate video on that one. That's up for sale in public surplus right now. That's the one I took my CDL test in, but we'll get to the next spare. So here we got 721, which is another 2009 C2. Up until about, I think yesterday actually, I always thought this batch was of 2010 C2s, but then I looked at the inspection sticker, and on the back they wrote 2009. I was like, what? And I looked at the VIN. The 10th digit is a 9, indicating that this is a 2009. So this is just a very late 09, where the other ones were very early 09. So this one has a Cummins in it. Pre-def Cummins. So this one was built in September of 08. And the other one was October of 07. So they're built 11 months apart. That was cool. I need to empty the trash can, but this one has the normal, or I should say normal, what they use now for the engine brake switch, but I like the old paddle looking one better. This bus has a lot of power. It actually didn't break down on me necessarily. It's the exhaust hangers on the 2 last exhaust hangers broke off while I was on my bus run. And so the whole tailpipe was kind of hanging down a little bit. And then it was kind of pulling to the left whenever you'd brake. And then the heat wasn't, I guess I couldn't find all the valves on this one either. So that's probably what was wrong with 56. But I turned it in for all those things. They brought me 773, a 2014 C2, which I did not know we had a spare that new. But it had 147,000 miles. This one just hit 111,000. So this is 2009. So I understand why it's a spare. It was in really good shape, though. I like that bus a lot. I drove it for an evening, and then while I was on my evening run, they radioed me, told me to get this one back for some reason. So I had to get this one back, and I drove it for the next, that was on Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. So I had this one for about a week as well. And yeah, it's a decent bus. I like the cup holders. I wish 799 had those cup holders, but yeah, I like this one. I hated it at first just because, you know, I still like 715 the most driving wise out of all the spares that I had, but I was ready to get 799 back. So we'll go over 799 real quick and I'll show you something. So here we got 799. It's back, thankfully. Normally I park it in the spot beside here, but you could see 678 still here. 677 is too. It's over a week past their due date to be picked up, so I don't know what's going to happen with those. They're probably just giving the people extra time, but those are still here for whatever reason. If they go to the next highest bidder, then they're going to contact me, which is not going to work out because I just took on a responsibility that it's not a bus, but I just took on a responsibility that I can't afford another bus. So I might have trouble affording the two that I've got now. I should be able to make it work, but I guess we'll see. If it comes down to selling the bus, I'll just dip out of my other responsibility, because I'd rather have the bus and save a little bit more money. But anyways, I guess it's gonna be about it. Let's see what the current mileage is on 799. There we go. 83,908. So get close to 84,000. And I adopted this bus with 70,000. So between all three spares, I put about 400 miles on them each. It's about 1,200 miles across, I guess, all four of them. The 773 I only used for an evening, so I put about 20 miles on it because they also had to bring it to me. So probably put about 20 miles on it, but the rest I put over or around 400. So, yep, that'll be it. Thanks for watching.